Well. Welcome back to the Better Road. And I guess I should begin with Dubs in the chat for Bigg Daddy, the host on the other line, right?
What's going on, fellas? Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful Tuesday, post NFL weekend. And you're the man of the hour, right? I mean, better than anyone that I know.
Oh, well, not yesterday. Yesterday wasn't the best day. But yeah, Sunday I had a awfully good day. Went 8 for 9 on total for picks, and a lot of them ended up cashing out pretty big on some parlays. So, yeah, super big day. I unfortunately sat Devon Kane in our fantasy matchup this week, but I don't think anybody could have predicted what Miami did to Denver. I mean,
Yeah, that was awesome. Historic in my book because that was the highest total since 1966 or whatever. And the way I look at it, NFL stats, professional sports stats really shouldn't count World War II era type shit. Like we didn't even land on the moon as a society until 1969. So it's like all stats shouldn't count from like 1970s up. You know, like if our granddaddies didn't watch it.
Like you said, I mean, we didn't even land at the moon at this time. But, I mean, for a team in this day and age to put up 70 points where they really easily could have put up probably 77, 84, you know, they were probably running out the clock. I didn't get to watch all that game. But, I mean, they had 35 points at half. Tua didn't throw a single incompletion. I know we watched a reaction video of a Broncos fan talking about it. And, I mean, that kick return from Marvin Mims, I mean, he's an up-and-coming player. He's a pretty good player that they have, but he doesn't see the field, and he takes a kick return back, and that Broncos guy was just like, I never thought I could be so, like, unexcited for something so big that hasn't happened in 10 years, a kickoff return touchdown. I mean, Broncos just got absolutely dismantled. And Russell was not to blame for that game at all. Sean Payton's got to be looked at defensive coordinator for sure. I mean, historic performance, 5 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns.
5 rushing. Mm-hmm. Nothing from special teams or defense,
stuff.
just 10 tutties from
straight
the
up offense. Up and
Dude,
down.
my
up
kicker
and down,
scored
up
me
and down.
10. I didn't even realize that. Like, I just saw the Dolphins blowing them out on Sunday, right? And Jason Sanders gets 10 points. And he just went 10 for 10 on extra points. Didn't even kick a field goal. I'm like, and this guy scored double digits. Like, yeah. The clip from that game, because obviously I didn't get a watch either. They were in field goal territory with 3 minutes left to go, and they kind of just ran the clock out. Could easily scored a field goal or a touchdown to take the record. But Mike McDaniels was a man of class, low key. That's he ran it up, but he didn't break the unwritten rule,
right? Like
unspoken rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you, like Sean Payton back in the day definitely would have done that with Drew Brees. I mean, they would have kept pushing until, they're like, okay, like now it's time to just kind of let it go. I don't know. It's kind of funny though, the background story of Mike McDaniel. He was their ball boy for a while there, and then when they had a coach vacancy, they didn't even offer him an interview, and he was already in their system. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, he took it out on Denver." But like, guys, Miami didn't do this. I mean, Miami did this without Jalen Waddle, so that just like proves like they can run the ball too. I mean, Mostert and Kane definitely seem like a very solid 1-2 punch and a fast.
Like I texted you, that has to be the record for RB duels, right?
Oh, 100%.
Almost 100 points. It's like 95 points. It's just stupid. Dude, you brought up a good point, though, about Sean Payton running it up on teams. I wonder, because it's only been a couple days, was McDaniels on any, like, coaching staff or, maybe he was a ball boy for one of those opposing teams that Sean Payton ran it up and dropped the 50 burger on, 10 years ago? Was he? I don't know. We might find that story out here in a second if you turn on Sports Center later this week. But because, yeah, maybe he's like, fuck it, let's get him back because they're just not ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, how does Denver's defense go from a very solid defense to just they're downright bad? They let up 35 points against Washington, and they only scored, 3 against Buffalo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sam Howell in that this Bills game, pardon me, got sacked 9 times, 8 times, 4 picks. That's historic. Dude, this weekend in the NFL was pretty wild. Like, there was 7 double-digit wins, including, obviously, the 70-point game by the Dolphins. Bills almost shut out the Commanders. Cardinals upset the Cowboys by 12, 13. Dude, it was just Browns blew out the Titans. Lions handled the Falcons. It was just wicked. Chiefs obviously stomped the Bears. Even the Eagles last night took care of business.
Texans stomping on the Jags.
Yeah, Texans, Jags. Which, how many survivor pools are still out there? Comment below if you're still in it, because Bigg Daddy and Jabba, all you gotta do is say what's up.
Still living, still breathing.
Yeah.
No, I actually kind of want to touch base on Cleveland Browns. Their defense has only let up 1 touchdown through the first 3 games. Now, I know they played the Titans, Steelers, and I'm blanking on who else they played. But
did we bet on them? The Raiders? Didn't they just beat the Raiders? Last Monday?
1 second. No, I don't. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But either way, that defense, I mean, adding Zadarius Smith to the front line with Myles Garrett, I think this defense is for real. So I would be watching like future bets on the under, because until Deshaun Watson proves that, he can be back to the QB that he was, I don't see this team really scoring over 30 points a week. And if that defense is that good, they're going to hold the other team.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Nick Chubb. Sounds like nothing broke. It was just it's going to be some torn ligaments. So
Unreal.
That dude's a machine.
Yes.
Like, to not break anything from that, what I saw is just, I already know, like, both my legs. I only would have got hit on that one leg, and my other leg would have just broke just to, like, make my other leg feel good. Like, that's how bad. And that guy's just tore ligaments. Like, get well soon, obviously. Gonna have pretty much a full year to get healthy, so try to get as healthy as you can. Like, lay off the weights, bro. Just kick your feet up. Fucking big enough.
Oh, Browns played the Bengals, too, which they held them to 3 points.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was thinking this before, but yeah. Yeah, I agree. Deshaun Watson he's out of his head right now or something. Yeah, he's sus. Maybe he's still getting used to Cleveland nightlife, but I don't know. Yeah, but those survivor pools, I'm in the fantasy league, so shout out Smoker's Cough. You guys I think you can view it, because if you go to like fantasy profile for JabbaRaba and then history, it will show up. I'm still alive, and the percentages: Jacksonville Jaguars were 20% in my league, Cowboys 20%, Ravens 5%. That's 45% right there. Just got knocked out this last week. Almost half. So it's ridiculous.
I mean, good on Houston. I like kind of rooting for underdog teams, and CJ Stroud's playing very well. D'Amico Ryan's coming out of the 49ers camp, D coordinator. Seems like he's got a culture change going on down in Houston.
Mm-hmm. yeah, it actually feels like they're going to break the mold of NFL's worst franchise right now. You know what I'm saying? Where that kind of just sticks to a team for 5 years. Jaguars, Dolphins, Texans, even just the Lions. Like certain teams just get like there's videos on YouTube about this where you get pretty much sacrificed as a franchise. Like the owners, they all get together. There's only 32 of them. How big is the room? Like you go up and talk to them like, "Hey, buddy, you're gonna stink for a couple years. Sorry about it." And hey, maybe the Broncos got that call. Maybe that's like Urban Meyer effect, Sean Payton thing. Take the guys out of the freaking television suite and say, "Hey, we need you to kind of tank a couple years. Like you're just gonna go back to TV or retire steady." Like I don't know. I mean, obviously,
I
I'm
mean,
always about the fix, but
not to always rag on Bears fans because they're going through enough right now, but the Broncos, who just lost 50 points to the Miami Dolphins, are now favored going on the road to Chicago. I mean, I think Chicago is probably the worst team. I mean, I hated that Justin Fields got drafted to Chicago, but I've always thought he was going to be a good player. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think Matt Eberflus is the answer at coach. I mean, that's just from my perspective. I think Ryan Poles has made some good moves, but I don't know. You just don't see any life out of
hmm
the Chicago team.
yeah, they for sure make great moves, except for the bad moves. Like getting rid of Khalil Mack, getting rid of Roquan Smith. I'm sure there's some defensive backs that had good seasons, and then they just let him go. Letting go Adrian Amos, or bad moves though, taking Tanyan and Mercedes Lewis past off season.
Yeah, who'd
They don't have a catch.
yeah, neither of those two have a catch through 3
Yeah.
games.
Ooh.
Wild times. Well, how about Green Bay? Jordan Love coming
Oh
down from
my god.
17 against New Orleans.
Fucking love it. Love to see it.
I
They
mean,
shouldn't have even lost to the Falcons the week before though. They were up 24-12. I honestly almost fell asleep. I thought they won that game last week against the
I
Falcons.
mean,
I'm like, they just got to put them away.
you could easily say, okay, if you want to say that, then you could easily say that the Saints should have won this game, hands down. They literally dominated for 3 straight quarters. There's nothing we could do.
Yeah,
I mean, we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. We had 12 penalties. That's very unlike, but that's a young team. I don't know.
you're gonna get that.
Yeah,
hmm
Jordan Love just kind of seemed like he put the team on his back in the fourth quarter. I mean, the wide receivers had to make catches too. I mean, Romeo Dobbs, they ran that fade in the end zone all day long, and they finally completed it to get that game winning
Yeah.
touchdown.
Well, that corner Taylor, he's good. Sure, he's super athletic, but come on, those refs kept the flag in their pocket on a few of those plays, and I'm like, you kind of got to keep going at him to get the call so that he will back off or just make a play on him. And I think Dobbs making that catch along the sideline is extended.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Same with Jane
that.
Reed.
Those were incredible catch. Yeah, that. I mean, to go back to Jaden Reed after he had 2 drops in the first half, like Rodgers wouldn't look at a rookie again if you drop the ball twice or 3 times. Rest of the game, he would just throw it to Randall Cobb or his tight end or throw it out of bounds so he wouldn't take a sack. But Jordan Love, dude, he's arguably with Bot out, Aaron Jones out, Jair out. He was
Elton
arguably the
Jenkins.
vet on. He was arguably the vet on the offense. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so they all looked up to him, the wide receivers, O line, and said, "Holy shit, he's not wavered. Let's go. Let's go win this game."
I mean, the run up the sidelines. That was a nice little run. The touchdown. Juke and Demario Davis. But hey,
Yeah,
hats off to the defense. We've given them enough trash the first 2 weeks, here or there, especially against Atlanta. But they held New Orleans to 10 points. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they kept them in check all game long.
Totally. Defense is good. I mean, the safety forward had a couple pass deflections, dropped interceptions at one, like on the 5-yard line, that deep ball. But he kind of got high. He got high pointed too by, was that Olave? Is that Chris Olave? I think.
No, that was
Knocked it down.
Shaheed.
Was it Raheem? Yeah, that dude is fast, bro. That dude is fast.
Oh, when he hit
Obviously,
when he hit that angle on that punt return, oh my goodness, just gone. Rashawn Gary though, 3 sacks, coming back from the ACL. Guy's a dog.
He's not even playing full time.
That's the thing.
And he just got 3 sacks. Yeah, I think he was tied for. I think a couple other guys had 3 sacks this weekend, but 3 was the most for anyone this weekend. So he's above the leaderboard there, which is pretty nice. Man, oh man. I just absolutely love this Packers team because remember we were talking about how week 1 against the Bears, they all 3 special teams, defense, offense showed up coaching. We didn't see that. I think that happened in the fourth quarter, right? So like the first 3 quarters. Yeah. But we saw a complete game in the fourth quarter by the Packers, I think. And it's no excuse that Jameis Winston came in, dude. I would take Jameis as a fucking backup any day of the week, bro. I don't care what anyone says. Like, taking him. A straight baller. Rashawn Gary got to him, defense locked in, corners locked in. Sewell Douglas is a stud. Stepped up.
He's playing very well this season. I mean, not saying that he played bad last season, but definitely seems like from where he was last year, he just put another tier to his name. Like, he is playing very well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a fly flying around here. Keep waving at the camera. Niners, it's time to crown Brock Purdy. The dude's a good quarterback. I mean, there's no taking away from him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's solid. And I didn't question that before. Just, we got to see more. Well, the guy, all he does is win. And he plays very, very efficient.
Yeah. He's literally like undefeated, pretty much. Like, not including the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, that's the only loss. And he didn't even play the entire game.
Yeah.
I don't even count that.
For real. Kind of wanted to see the Eagles win anyway, so I wasn't. Was any questionable coming in to that week? I don't remember. Dude, all I'm saying is Jordan Love is second in the NFL with let me preface this real quick. Yes, he threw 50% completion rate this weekend. Like, it was pretty bad to start the game, but he locked in, and his completion percentage for the season through the 3 games, he's 51 for 96, so 53%, which is not good. For reference, Tua is 71%. However, Jordan Love's touchdown percentage, which is percentage of touchdowns thrown when attempting to pass minimum of 14 attempts, is 7.3, which is second in the NFL behind Tua. So the dude throws tutties. Let's go. Like, he's making right plays. It just seems like so is the defense right now. Played some, except for the Bears.
Well, I mean,
some good defensive backs.
That can also
Saints secondary, Falcons secondary. Sorry.
Sorry, you cut in and out really bad there.
I think we're okay. Maybe this AI will edit it out. We're at 20 minutes anyway, so.
Okay. I gotta grab the charging cord quick. Good to go. But I mean, that could be on part of their wide receivers too. I mean, just got to be stronger through the defense. You know, these are young guys. We knew coming into the season that there was going to be a lot of learning curves. I mean, Jordan Love missed a very easy. I shouldn't say easy because I don't play anymore.
Yeah,
But I mean
Musgrave.
that seam to Musgrave, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy's gonna be some Musgrave.
Yeah, but lucky for him, they can go onto the sideline and grab those fucking blue tablets and watch the play 10 times, and boom, you don't have to wait until Sunday night in the plane ride there at home. But hypothetically, or back in the day to go punch the tape in the TV, like you're watching it right away. He's probably. I mean, I saw his girlfriend made some TikToks of him, but he's probably watching film today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in the day, they're flipping through like a playbook, play-by-play.
Yeah.
Shot by shot.
Touche. For real. Oh my God, a binder that would just print it off like black and white pictures.
Here, study this.
Peyton Manning was doing that shit, dude. Winning Super Bowl. Bro, I don't know if you went through this Google Doc. Don't click on it. Let's play a game. The Chargers-Vikings game.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen had 22 targets, 18 catches.
Okay.
Which is ridiculous. When was the last time someone in the NFL had 18 catches in a game? And I'll give you 2 hints if you want to use them. But hands up. You can't Google it. When was the last time someone had 18 catches in an NFL game?
Was it in like era of 2000s? 2000, 2010?
No. 2010 to 2023.
That's when it happened?
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall.
Great guess. But the answer, he did have 18 catches, obviously, for the Broncos against the Chargers, September 14, 2008. However, that was not the most recent time a player
Michael Thomas.
in the NFL. Michael Thomas had 16 in 2018. Want another hint?
Yeah.
What kind of hint do you want? Do you want the team? Do you want the
Sure. Do team.
Team? Cowboys. Cowboys player.
Jason Witten.
Yep. Jason Witten versus the Giants, October 28th. Actually, yeah, that was the most recent. Brandon Marshall did set the record with 21, but that was in 2009. But the most recent, someone had at least 18 catches or more, was 11 years ago. That's ridiculous. Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's on this list. He's number 9 with 16 back in 2020.
Keenan Allen's a dog.
Again at 15 catches in a game in 2015. Damn, that was a long time ago. He's on again at 14 catches in a game in 2018. And at 14 again. Dude, he's had he's caught it all, bro. He's caught it all, dude.
Yeah, Keenan Allen is very solid. And unfortunately, they just lost Mike Williams to a torn ACL. So that makes you wonder what they're going to do. You know, is Quentin Johnson going to be more involved? Wide receiver out of TCU. Keenan Allen just going to get fed more.
I mean, obviously, we just saw, shout out, not my champ, Jake Stone adding Joshua Palmer from the Chargers. So, low-key, it's not the worst pickup. He's wide receiver 2 over Johnston, I would say. And a tight end.
I would say.
Ooh, if we were live. Joshua Kelly screwed me. I hate him. I'm still
Yeah,
gonna roster him though.
I see what you tried to do
I,
there.
yeah, beat you with your own guy,
You know,
dude. I
just
mean, I
just
know I want to beat you, but just give me Aaron Jones and Saquon, and let me score 150 points or 160. So it's not. So I don't have the biggest blowout loss, even though I scored 125. You just had to put 180 on me, dude.
yeah, pretty much every player popped off.
Yeah. No, that's a top three fantasy performance in our league, I would say. I know Callan had like 200 a couple years ago, or was that last year? But
I think it was last
that's
year.
top one.
He had like
Yeah.
210.
And I think Dalton or Spencer had some pretty high scoring games too at one point. But yeah, you got me. Congrats.
Yeah, once Devontae started, I think it was like the first 3 passes. He had 3 catches. So I was like, yeah, he's popping too.
Yeah. It was the week of the wide receiver, eh? I mean, Jamar Chase last night, 14 catches, 140. AJ Brown,
I
10
mean,
catches,
you knew AJ Brown was
11
going to
catches.
get his at some point. First two
Yeah.
weeks, very very quiet. I mean, he's a top 5, nah, top 7 wide receiver. He's up there.
Yeah.
He's just that big, physical, strong receiver.
Right.
Um, Jamar Chase. I mean, they honored Chad Ochocinco last night, putting him in the ring. So, and then Chad Ochocinco was wearing a Jamar Chase jersey. So, plus everything was just kind of lined up too for that point because Joe Burrow being hurt, he's going to look for his most comfortable whiteout. You know,
Yeah. No, and dude, those guys played on the, in the Super Bowl against the Rams. They lost the Super Bowl against this team. Like this team, Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, and the coach. It's those three pillars. So it's this team. It doesn't matter that Cooper Cup's out or whatever. Running backs are
right?
different, but
Still the same
yeah,
core.
still the same core. So the Bengals are fired up. Like honestly, I watched the game till the end, and both teams, it was like they weren't fighting. I think these guys have mutual respect for each other. Both teams came together in the middle and were shaking hands. I saw Tyler Higbee talking to Jamar Chase and another defender. I saw, Joe Burrow was out there. Obviously, he's getting interviewed, and then they all a few of the guys, 15 or so, a dozen, kneeled in the middle and prayed together. So like these guys have mutual respect for each other. They don't see each other often. That might have been the first time some of these guys seen each other, off seasons included, since the Super Bowl. You know,
Right. Yep.
so it was a good game. Was definitely in the Bengals' pocket though. Home, whiteout, had to get it. Had to. Well. Gotta say it, right? Gotta say it. Hopefully the AI clips this. Now that I say it, I should. But Taylor Swift is bad for the Kelsey family. And hear me out. You gotta watch the Kelsey documentary about Jason on Amazon Prime. It's awesome. I honestly cried a couple times. Hopefully this cuts out. Um, and you really get a feel for Kylie Kelsey, his wife, and then obviously she appeared on the New Heights podcast. Shout out, no free shout outs. And then you just get a really good, she's down to earth woman, good vibe. And now you like imagine that Thanksgiving dinner, right? They got 3 baby girls, and then Taylor Swift walks in, and she's got like Secret Service and like a 6'8", 300-pound black bodyguard, and like her handlers and her agent. Like it just they don't walk into you know what I'm saying? Like yes, Travis is a guy in pop culture or wants to be like low key. Some could argue he's the face of the NFL after what I've seen. You got State Farm commercials, hosting Saturday Night Live. He's Batman to Robin, Patrick Mahomes. Like
It's valid.
it's
Yep.
up there. So yeah, I get it, Taylor Swift. But dude, it's just like she's still a tier above, and I just don't see her in that family dynamic. I don't know. I think I don't know. Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
mean,
I
look
hope
at the
I'm wrong.
Taylor. Look at the effect though. She raised like 400% of his jersey sales. Like, you just got the Taylor
Right.
Swift fandom that are like, oh my gosh, Travis Kelce's the next thing. You know, like I saw some
Uh-huh.
Packers beat writer. He got a text message from his daughter, and like it was a screenshot of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey, and she's texted her dad saying, "Sorry, I can no longer be a Packers fan. Like wherever T Swift goes, I go." So it's just like, oh my goodness, the following's
It's
insane.
crazy. Yeah. I mean, you get that with the NFL and teams and players,
Oh,
but like
100%.
it's a team, it's 50 guys, it's a franchise, it's an organization. This is just one lady that all these people obsess over. That's kind of weird. But I digress. Kellen, if you made it this far, comment below your favorite Taylor Swift song. Uh, she should do a mashup with Drake, and Jacob would listen to it for sure. Um, Carson lost in fantasy. Shout out. Love to see that. Love to see that. So did Dalton. So no undefeateds. Smoker Scoff's going to be competitive. Let's
Yeah, no more
see.
undefeated teams. It's wild.
Yeah. Love to see it. Yeah, dude. Taylor Swift, man. I'm telling you. Like, I really do wonder how many guys she's. Like, can't be.
Oh,
Over under 50. How old is she?
30 something. 33.
33. Ooh, that's sauce, dude. That's the Masonry age. Dude, you know what? Last point on this. That the Swiftie fans can be bad because, so is Travis. Because they pulled up a video. I saw a Swiftie tweet, a video of him punching the guy at practice, and they're like, if he's abusive on the field, then he's probably going to hurt her, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, be careful, my guy. Wolf's fist down.
Yeah, but I mean that kind of capitalizes the NFL week, really. I mean, Eagles handle Tampa, and Joe Burrow takes the winless Bengals to 1-2.
Yeah, both unders hit. I mean, this is the better road. So, damn, if we tease the
Since the
Eagles and the
last,
under,
yeah,
Bengals and the under, or just put them all together, it just doesn't matter.
but I believe primetime unders are 82% this year.
What do you got
So
for the
whatever you're
Packers?
thinking, just take the
Lions,
under.
huh? Packers
Yeah.
Lions under, big time.
Well, yeah, I would assume so. It's a divisional game.
Okay, I watched the games last night. Obviously, this Sunday, and I think it's about time. Hot take that the NFL just admits that they talk to the refs instantly, if not during the plays. Okay, because some of these replays, and it's just getting out of hand. Like you can just see it. The announcers and the announcers are in on it too. So like the guys calling games, maybe not the tier 2 or like tier C guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the Josh Palmers that call some college games or like whatever. But like your Troy Aikmans, your Joe Bucks, your tier 1s, right? Your Mike Tiricos, Chris Collinsworth. Those guys are definitely like that guy's knee was down, and then all of a sudden you see the refs like blow the play dead before they can run one and get together, and they got mics in their ears, bro, like to the headphones, and they can just there's a little box on their waist that goes on and off, and it to me though it shouldn't be so much as a conspiracy as like it should just be happening open ended because it will help the NFL get plays right. Like, hey, that guy's face just got ripped off on a face mask. You should have called that. Like, as the play's ending, And then, yes, a flag gets thrown and like everything gets calmed down, And so it's just, I don't know. To me,
So
like
like
it
what
was pretty obvious last night on
what was obvious? Like what's your point? Like what do
for
you
Sunday night, the leverage call for the field goal for the Steelers and the
Raiders?
Raiders, right? There was so many like I think we should be very suspicious about Las Vegas Raider primetime games because I
Are you
think
talking
hands
about
are in
games being
pockets.
rigged?
I'm not gonna use the R word, because in order for that to happen, you'd need to pull some strings and burn the paper trails accordingly. It would have to like, but at the end of the day, in my eyes, it only takes one guy, one or two guys. It takes a crew, like a ref crew. You got three guys that are like, hey, call some holdings here. Make sure the under, where it, like the books had the liability this 2 weekends ago, not this last weekend. They got it back though, like on Colorado, which was just ridiculous. But you can't tell me, dude, with all the DraftKings commercials on SportsCenter or on ESPN, and just it's literally every other segment. Our best bets. It's literally like there's a blonde lady. I bet you if you it's 11:22. Okay, so the Pat McAfee show just started, but in a few hours there will be some blonde lady saying our best bets is the Eagles plus 5.5 next week. It's like, what, lady? Like, where did you come from? Why are you telling me this? It's just, in other words, Vegas is saying, hey, put this on TV. Tell them to go gamble. Like,
That
I don't know,
sounds
man. I
specifically like a movie that I've seen with Will Smith. Um, what movie is that called? He's
Hustle?
he's
No, no. Yeah, with Margot Robbie.
yeah,
What is that called? Ace? No.
no. I'm gonna be so disappointed because I've seen this movie so many times. Back in the good Stephen Point days.
Dude, even Adam Sandler's movie though on Netflix with Kevin Garnett. It fixed that game.
Focus. But
Focus.
like Will Smith talks about, like making people see numbers or shapes, so when it comes to their bet or whatever, they go on a likeness and image. So if that's what you're trying to say, like, so Las Vegas is telling ESPN and these people to start saying these names so people just focus on these teams without actually looking through like the weeks, like who's all playing. Is that what you're trying to say?
100%.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I don't think so. That's me personally.
Well, not to like, I mean, I said 100%, but not to speak in absolutes. Like, it's not like Jordan Love's out there and Jameis Winston throwing games and then getting wire transfers to an account in Punta Cana. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. Like I said, like I brought up Sean Payton before, or Urban Meyer, or a certain ref, certain call. It's just. Plus, I'm sold that Jay Cutler threw games, and that was before I had that was before I was on the vitamins. I was watching him play against the Packers and shit, and I'm like, this dude's just throwing picks to us, like taking sacks. Yeah, but I'm finished. That's enough. That's enough out of the Jabba cave. I'm gonna just crawl back in my hole. It's a great episode. It's Tuesday recap on Riverside. Shout out Anchor. Shout out Spotify, Twitter, X, Instagram. I think I just posted to iHeartRadio
YouTube.
too. So yeah, YouTube's gonna be here and there. I'm gonna see if I can get some clips on there, kind of like how Joe Rogan does it, exclusively on Spotify, and get our clips on YouTube. would be sick.
You got any baseball plans or anything? You still taking a backseat to them?
Are you going?
Yeah, probably not. Not
Then
today.
no. Baseball, yeah, that does wrap up though this week. Go Brewers is all I'm going to say. I think they finished the regular season with a series against the Cubs, and right now the Cubs are in the last spot for the wild card, which is the team that the Brewers will play. So hopefully we either knock them out or they. I don't know. That's going to be those last 3 games this weekend are going to be intense. That's for sure.
I mean, the Cubs
I hope you
play
got.
the Braves tonight.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think the Brewers play the Cardinals, but
Yep.
which Cardinals play is tough, but they at the end of the day we got to beat them. So
Tune in to Astros and Mariners if you're still awake at 9:05. That's basically a baseball or a playoff game right now as well. The race in the what is that? The AL Central, AL West. I don't know my baseball divisions that well.
Pennant.
Yep, AL West.
Dude, I just knew when I gave you the money to win the league, I should have doubled down on the division too, just to have that. You know what I'm saying? Before the postseason, like I shouldn't. They were gonna win the division. I knew they should.
But they're gonna win the NLCS. They're gonna win that. They're gonna make the World Series this year.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Best case scenario. I don't know how we're doing on time, guys. This might just cut us out any time. So
We
if
got
that
2
happens,
minutes.
fuck it. But
2 minutes.
best case scenario, because obviously the Braves are going to finish first in the NL, and the Brewers third behind the Dodgers. So, oh god, the Phillies are 87-69 too. Shit, we got to clinch that third spot. Play the Cubs, beat the Cubs. The Phillies will play the Diamondbacks in the wild card. Phillies should win. Then the Phillies will play the Braves, and we'll play the Dodgers in the divisional. So like, I don't want to play the Braves in the divisional, but I think we can squeak past the Dodgers. I really do. And then meet the Braves, or possibly the Phillies somehow upset the Braves. And I know we're dicing up the Phillies to win the NL and go to the World Series. But most likely, I think it's going to be Brewers Braves. But fuck it, that just means we're going to be underdogs and we're going to get that run line. So let's ride. It's my prediction.
Fucking love it. Let's see it.
Versus cherry on top versus the. Oh, dude, I don't even know who's coming on the American League. The Rangers?
Orioles.
The Orioles? Yeah, honestly.
Rays catch fire
Orioles.
again. I mean,
Yeah, because like
Miami
if the
just
Rangers.
went
Sorry, go.
No, Miami just went to the state of Florida. Miami just went to the NBA Finals, so you would think Florida team Tampa Bay could make it to the World Series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of that, that was
We got 15 seconds.
Some people said the Dolphins beat up on the Broncos as an NBA Finals get back for the Heat losing to the Nuggets. But thanks again for tuning in, like, and subscribe.
See you, fellas. Peace. All right. We got the 45-minute mark.